Okay, welcome to Rock Hunting USA. This is episode 3. If you watched episode 2, we kind of made a line of demarcation, and that's where we're going to pick up now. We're going to keep working this same ridge, the same dry riverbed. It's rained a couple times since the last time we've been out, so I hope there's a lot of trophies out. Come on, let's go find them. Alright, so while we were coming down here to get our line of demarcation, like I was telling you in episode 2, and we're going to pick up from today, we found a couple of pieces that were just like laying out there. This is like right in the parking lot where we park. We found this one here. It's beautiful. It's got some whatever this color is going on here. I think that's like a reddish maroon. It's got a little bit of black coming in here, and it's hard to see, but in there there's some little sparklies. Now, right before we turned the camera on, found this. Doesn't this look like a caramel dark chocolate goodie? But it's not. It's petrified wood. It's been sitting here for millions of years. It's got a lot of carbon in it, and it's got the bark on the outside. This is really neat. I mean, a lot of people have to do a lot of work to get something to look anywhere near this good, and here it is just laying on the New Mexico desert floor. Alright, well, we were just filming the intro, and look at this. Here's another piece. I swear it's got to be like the sister piece to that second piece I just showed you, because it looks so similar, doesn't it? It's just a little bit smaller. Now what's crazy is, let's take a half a step. You ready? 1.5 step. And look at this. There's another piece sitting right here. I mean, we took a break here the other day, right before the rain, and didn't see either one of these two. We were sitting here for all of lunch. So this is what happens when it rains, and it was some good storms that came. Oops, they will expose more, more finds. Look at that. And just to contrast that, look at this. This is a piece of bone, and this is an alien find that we just found. And I don't know what this is. It's kind of like a black agate. Might even be a little bit of, I don't know what that is, but as you can see, I hope you can see, let's move it a little bit. Can you see it now? See those bubbles on there? If anybody's out there that knows what this is, I know that the internet is full of experts. If one of those experts could step forward, I'd really appreciate it. Seems like we are in a little bit of a hot spot. I can't get this thing the camera mounted because I keep finding some pieces here. This one's probably about, I don't know, 5 inches, give or take. It is a nice little piece of petrified wood. As you can see, it's got the carbon going on in there. It's got, I don't know, I guess some kind of like crystallized bark on this side. But I'm going to tell you what, we haven't even gotten started yet. And I think we've already found 5 really cool things. And let's see now if we can mount the camera and really get going. All right, we have put it on the on my chest now. We've got the camera angle a little different. We are actually still in the same spot, and for the first time today, I may bend over and pick up something that is not petrified wood or something like overly interesting. Let's pick it up. That's how we'll find out. So, I think my streak is alive today. I believe this is also another piece of petrified wood. Yeah. Wow. Alright, well, let's keep looking. This one's only about 3 inches. But again, man, we're really in a hot spot here. The rain has washed a lot of sand away, apparently. That sugar sand likes to add up here in the desert. So once it gets washed away, apparently a lot of things are going to be exposed today. So let's go find them. All right, I just had my pre-sip of water, and it's time to hit the trails. Except for there is no trail. We'll be making our own. I'm walking away now from the hot spot. I'm trying to work my way up a hill, and hoping that hill has exposed some natural petrified wood on its own. And then at the same time, I'm also hoping again that the rain has rinsed this out. That whoa was because I fell into the sand here. Alright, here's that dry riverbed again. Wow. So, you know, look at that. That's how much I'm sinking in here. It's probably not a good area for petrified wood, probably because it's all sunk under the loose sand there. So we'll try to get to the areas that are... Oh, jeez. I swear I am not drunk. I promise you. Okay. There's a tiny, tiny piece. I mean, I'm all for bending over and grabbing everything, but that particular one's not even half an inch. Doesn't mean I'm not going to look around for bigger and better pieces in that area. Oh, that cactus is, oh boy. So we've moved into September here. We just had the fair. That's really neat. If you ever have a chance to go to your local fair, I highly suggest you do it, your state fair or whatever. They're pretty cool. In New Mexico, we have something called the Navajo taco, or the Indian taco, excuse me. In New Mexico, we have something called the Indian taco. It's like fry bread with beans and tomatoes and lettuce and cheese. And sometimes you can get it with the works. And they put curly fries on it. And then they put green chili. Really, really good. Oh my goodness, it's so good. So here's this hill. We're going to go working our way up it. Now that I've told you a little bit about New Mexico, we found some petrified wood already. Let's find some really good petrified wood. Huh? We open our bank account right away today. And now we're not shy about taking a walk up a hill to find some really crazy stuff. Actually, I think this is the hill we worked last time, so I think we were right at where we stopped, because I see some footprints and I'd be willing to bet they're mine, because I'd be willing to bet nobody else has been out and about in this area other than us. And I think I'm the only one that's come over on this side. So I have a feel, oh yeah, I walked all this a little bit last time we were out. I guess we'll call it episode 2. So let's just work our way down this real quick. You never know, like I said, keep your eyes out. It rained. So you don't know. And you can see how hard it rained. I mean, I don't know if we have footage of this exact spot from the other day, but wow. When it rains here, it rains really pretty hard. We'll get a lot of rain in a very short period of time, and that's what's so damaging. The ground really can't absorb it. So some big rocks hanging out here. Let's see where they're going. Whew. There's a barbed wire fence to my left. Let's not hold on to that for balance. But we're gonna hop across right here. Hop along Cassidy, just like the old days used to do. Let's keep our eyes out in this area here. We don't know what we can find. Sometimes it's so quiet out. Like I said, we take like a 12-mile bike ride, e-bike ride to get here. And it's so quiet out sometimes that I start whispering and I start tiptoeing around because I'm afraid to disturb somebody, but there's nobody out here. Anyway, do you see this thing? I don't know what that is. I'm calling these things like a root beer or a cream soda agate. I'm going to pick it up and show you. See that? You guys like that? I think they're pretty neat. Let's keep looking for petrified wood, but I just wanted to show you that. Oh, we got a little beetle coming at me. Hey, beetle boy. He's having a hard time on that hill. Oh, maybe he eats the cream sodas. Here's another one of those type of agates that are kind of cream soda-y, but this one's more like a river rock, so I'm going to leave it in place, kind of, sort of. Let's see what else we can find. I mean, we're now crossing the line of what I like to call demarcation. This is where we stopped last time. I don't know what this little hill is about here of exposed rocks, but let's take a look at it real quick and see if there's anything that we're interested in and go from there. That thing's really shiny. It's got a lot of sparkle to it. Huh. You see all that sparkling going on? I really don't believe this is much of anything. But I'm hoping that the sparkles look really cool on camera. Oh, watch your fingers in this one here. Well, you know, it was worth picking up and taking a look at. Unfortunately, not everything is going to be what you're looking for. But there's that. Alright, now we're into fresh territory here. This has been unperused so far by my eyes. And let's see what we find. I mean, so the further down that we're working here, the further down in time that we're working as well. So beyond what the river carries, the rainstorms carry, well, the rivers in the old days used to carry, you never know what you can find down here. This is, like I said, as far as I know, this is pretty unexplored territory. Besides us and cows. And even this is not fit for cows down here. There's a nice sized cactus here, so let's give it some room, and then we're going to look in this little crevice right here and see if anything is available. There's an old can of some kind. I think you can all see that. Well, let's keep our eyes out. I saw something that looked interesting back over there a little bit, so I'm going to backtrack a few steps and we're going to see. Oh, here we go. There's something right here. So look at how black that one is. It's got some black and it's got some red. You can see the bark. It's only a couple inches. You should be staring at it right now. And let's pick it up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There you go. You know, they say it's rare when you get this black and the carbon inside, and you can see the rings in here. Can you see them? Can you see the rings? Wow. And then it's somehow, through all this carbonization and everything, there's the bark. The bark just stays so beautiful. I don't know, there's just a little bit of water damage right here, but that's really not much on this. This is a beautiful little piece. For a small little piece, this is really, 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 really nice. Okay, like I was saying, there was something interesting back over there. So we're going to backtrack to it, keep our eyes open. We may find something really neat like we just found a couple of seconds ago, and go from there. If I can remember where I saw that really neat thing. This is the problem with walking away from something that's really neat. You know, when you think you saw something else that's even neater, but it turns out it's not, then you can kind of get a little bit lost as to where you were and what you were looking at. So I don't know, sometimes I put a water bottle down to mark the spot, sometimes I don't. This time I didn't. I kind of wish I would have, but usually something else pops up, so don't spend too much time just trying to search out something that may have been nothing after all. Well, I don't know what this one is. Usually we see these in like a all white, a little bit of other colors. This one's white with red in it. It's really not even that white. It's got more of a pewter to it. I don't know. This is kind of a weird one. I think we're going to just bring it back with us. All right, I think I see something pretty good. Let's take a look at it. I'm coming up on it right now. It's really white. I'm either getting fooled by a brand new piece of wood, or this is a pretty nice piece of petrified wood. I think there's only one way to tell on this one, and that's to bend over and actually pick it up. Oh, it's petrified wood, all right. Oh yeah. So it's nice and white on the outside, and this side, again, can you hear that? Rough, smooth. It's so hard to talk about some of these because, I mean, it sounds so silly, but I think a little rinse off, and there you go. I mean, that is ready to be appreciated, isn't it? Can you see that? I really wasn't quite sure if this was a piece of post, if this was something brand new, but it turns out what I'm holding in my hand is millions of years old. That's really cool. All right, let's see if we can find even bigger and better pieces. I know they're out here. It's just going to take a few minutes to find them. We're not even 20 minutes in, I don't think, and we've already found some really, really nice pieces. And let's just keep looking. Oh, what's this? Let's try. Oh. See, it's inside of one of these things. See it on the outside? They look all eggy, right? And this is what they look like on the inside. I guess sometimes they look really cool when you break them open, but every one that I've seen broken open up here in this area, it's not so cool. But if I do find a cool one, you'll be the first to know. Oh, I have a feeling I'm walking up to now. This time I have a feeling I'm walking up to a piece of like old fence post or something like that. Yeah, see, this one's not. That one's not real. Well, maybe it'll be real in one day. This might be real though. You see it? It's a little white thing. It's nothing too spectacular, but it's different from everything else in the surrounding area. And that's what makes it stand out. That's why I'm going to pick it up. We're going to have a second look at this, but it's probably a piece of petrified wood. Although, like pumice, although pumice sometimes will kind of like solidify. Pumice is kind of like from the lava soap factory. That's where they make pumice from. It's not natural. It just comes from lava soap. Don't look that up. Sometimes pumice just kind of settles into these weird, very woodsy looking things, but they're not. I don't know what this is. We'll take another look at it. I see a nice cutout here. By cutout I mean a little cutout by the water. We're going to work our way down to it, but we definitely still don't want to ignore this bank. There's a river rock that looks very cool, but we're going to ignore that in the hopes of finding something somewhat better down here. Okay, we're going to work our way down this ravine because we're going to take a couple-minute break and recharge the batteries. Some sports drinks, that kind of stuff. Wow, there's something with a lot of sparkling going on right in front. I think it might be a piece of petrified wood. We're going to work our way towards it, and we're going to see. You see it? It's still sparkling like crazy. It may not be the closer I'm getting, but it doesn't mean it's not sparkling. You know what? This might be a piece of petrified wood, after all. You know? Whoops. I got that other piece in my hand, so I'm trying to balance this. Hold on. Let's give it the pants rub. Hopefully we don't lose. Yeah, look at all those crystals. Man, I don't know. If this makes the final edit, then this is a piece of petrified wood. If it is, look at, there's some red in there. There's all those sparklies. I love those things. They're so cool. There's some black. There's some brown. It looks like bark. I don't know. It's really pretty neat, though. We're going to take it back to camp. Camp is where we're taking a break. Oh, right there. You see it? I almost stepped on it. That's how camouflaged it is. Between this red, brownish rock right here, the gray one, and everything else, there's a little piece of petrified wood, but it's got some nice color. Oh, it's even smaller than I thought. But either way, it still has some nice color. Look at that. That's just amazing. Like, how does that stay there for this long? That small of a piece and just absorb so many colors in there. Got the red, you got a little bit of yellow. There might be some green in there. Some pewter, and then of course the bark on the outside. The ever resilient bark. So I usually say go and try to pick something up that looks a little bit weird, but we've just seen a bunch of little weird things that look all similar in this section of town, except for this looks the weirdest of them all, of the same type of thing. So I'm going to pick this one up and let's take a closer look at it. Huh. Wow. Any ideas? I think I see a piece sticking up in the classic position, like I call it, where it's just sticking up. Yeah, there it is. I'm sure you can see it by now. Look at the colors again on this thing. This is just gorgeous. I hope I have it in frame. I believe I do. You should be able to see it. Let me move this thing over here. Seems like we found a lot of them around this size today. But that, man, doesn't that look just cut out? I mean, that is just a gorgeous piece. You know, I mean, I'm not saying this is mahogany, but my goodness, what kind of wood is this? This seems to be the trophy side right there. A little bit of water damage here. I'm sure that buffed right out. That's really, really, really neat. And you saw it just sitting there on the sidewall. Happy as can be. Now it can just be sitting there like this. That's really neat. Let's keep looking. I don't know. I know we're going to still take that break, but I'm on the way. I'm on my way. See, this thing tricks me all the time. You see this? That is a trickster right there. Trickster, trickster. Doesn't that look like something? Looks all barky and stuff. But it's a river rock. See that? See, you can see evidence of the rain right there. A little bit of new growth on the desert floor. Not too much, but it's there. It's hard for grass to survive around here. Usually we have something that's called monsoons. Monsoon means rainy season, so when you hear somebody say monsoon season, they're actually being redundant. Because monsoon partially means season. See the redundancy of the Department of Redundancy? Okay. If I'm talking about the Department of Redundancy, that usually means that I'm overdue for the break that I promised myself to have a few minutes ago. In fact, there's another piece of petrified wood right in front of us. And I may call this piece, the piece, a turnaround. You see it? I bet you can. Here we go. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, wow, look at that. Not only is it carbonized on the inside, those carbons are crystalled. Can you see that? I don't know what kind of wood this is, but wow. That's totally different too. That's really neat, isn't it? All the sides are totally whatever, and then this is just like bam-o. Full of crystals, full of black. Got that pewter in there. Really beautiful piece. Even for, it's 4 or 5 inches, but still. Really, really nice. And this is right behind it. So while you're admiring the piece of petrified wood in your hand, do not accidentally take a step backwards. That's the moral of the story. Oh, that white piece right there. What's this? Oh, there's a nice piece of petrified wood right there. I think this is jasper, y'all. I'm going to put this in my pocket. It's got that really waxy feeling. But I'm going to take this 2 steps. I'm pretty sure you already see this piece of petrified wood right in front of me. Oh, I'm sliding down the hill. Oh my gosh, there's another piece. 2 more steps to the right. So hold on. Let's get this one first. Let's drop this one for a second. Wow. You can see that tan, the brown, the black. Boy, you polish that end up there. It's all going to come out. You got the bark on this side. You got the whatever on this side. Sometimes they just do that. They end into a whatever, you know, but either way, that is a very, very nice, again, like 4-inch piece. Seems to be the trend of the day today. I know we'll find bigger ones, and we're going to pick up the one we just put down on the ground. We're going to try to balance all this in our left hand, and we're going to take 2 more steps. You should already be able to see it. And there's another one. Please don't let me fall. There's another piece right here. Can you see it? It's right there. Let's grab it. It's very similar. Whoops. Very similar to the last piece I just showed you. So let's pick it up. Oh, it's a little thinner. It's about the same length. Well, you know, it's got a little bit of different color to it too. A little more red and green in this one. I mean, it's not like a prominent green. I mean, I don't even know if it's green, to tell you the truth. Maybe just tricking me. And then you got the bark on this side. I'll tell you what, you put that on a polisher for a few minutes and that'll come out just beautiful. And there's the contrast. Okay, welcome back from the break. We are in the shadows of our break, and I've already spied 1 piece of petrified wood. It's off to the left. It's pretty small, but sitting right, I think should be in frame right now, is possibly a trickster. If it's not a trickster, it's a pretty good piece. But we're gonna bend down here and pick it up. I don't know. Oh, you know what? You know what? I think we stumbled on a piece of really nice piece of, am I clear from this wood? Of petrified wood here. Not only do I think we stumbled on a really nice piece of petrified wood here, I think this is a piece of palm wood. Check this out. Come here. No, seriously. Come here. Look at the underbelly of this. Is that wood? Is that palm wood?
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, that's palm.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We were like 5 feet away from this, and I'm just sitting here, and I'm like, man, I wonder, what is that? And my buddy's like, probably just a trickster. And I said, yeah, it's probably just a trickster. But you can't see it from the angle that I'm looking at it from. And sure enough, as I turn, I'm like, man, this is looking more and more like wood. And I'm so glad we bent down and picked it up. This is a heavy piece. This is really dense. And as you can see, the underside, while it's not crystally, it's definitely got the palm fibers going on. Well, that's exciting. I mean, this is probably the biggest piece we found so far today. And this is so smooth. I don't know what that is. I think somebody was out here. Oh, you know what that is? I'll tell you what that is. This is a tree. This tree has sap. This sap is from the tree. So there you go. You've got this sap has dripped down there. I was going to say, did somebody come out here and light a candle and literally, like, their candle was dripping on this beautiful piece of palm wood? Oh, look, and now that we moved it over here, there's some of the crystals coming through in the sunlight. This is really nice. Let's go pick up that other piece and let's just hope that after our break, we just find more and more pieces, at least this size and this coolness. I mean, I'm the one that spotted it the first time. You would think I'd spot, oh, here's a piece right here. Yeah, I think this is different than the one I was actually pointing at. This one has the red in it. Yeah, look at that. It's got the red, it's got the bark, it's got the pewter. It's got those colors. This is really nice. And I still don't think this is the piece that I saw earlier. There's another piece right there, right in front of me. It should be in frame. Can you see it? I bet you can. Oh my gosh. Don't tell me I lost it on the half step I took forward. I have to take a half step back so I can re-see it. You gotta be kidding me. See how easy it is to lose stuff around here sometimes? Okay, we're coming up on another piece. We are literally, I just want to show you this. Again, that's the tree we took break at. This is the piece right here. I think we can see it. I better take a half a step back so you can definitely see it. And here's another piece. Let's pick it up. I don't know what this is, but we got a little bit of water damage on the side here. But this is so cool. Like, if you could feel this yourself, it's so smooth. And then over here we got the bark. You know, we got a little water damage on this area here too. This one has been probably exposed and tumbled a little bit, and then exposed again, and then, like, you know, tumbled down this little ravine right here. And after all that time, this is what we got. You should definitely appreciate it, because it's taken millions of years to get this far. Let's go see if we can find more. Let's go find some more bigger pieces too. This is a tumbleweed. When I first moved out here, people did not think these were real. I moved out here from the Lehigh Valley in Pennsylvania, and they're like, no way, I thought these things were just props and westerns. These are real. And this is what they look like when they're only one. Sometimes they'll gather, and they'll gather at some people's houses. There'll be like vortexes of these things, and they'll literally like just cover a house. But I've ridden my bike at night on a bike path, and one of these came down the canyon, and it wasn't 6 foot tall, but in my story, it's going to be 6 foot tall. It was 6 foot tall, and I was like, I got nowhere to go. I have to go through it. And then when I hit it, it just went poof, and it all broke up into little pieces, and nothing really happened. But it was pretty cool to see a big ball of tumbleweeds come at you. Anyway, I'll tell another tumbleweed story when it comes Christmas time. Oh, here's some more of that trickster wood. It's not really wood. We're not even going to pick it up this time. I'm just going to show it to you in its natural environment. I'm going to walk back up this little area here. We're going to walk away from the hot spot and save it for another day, I guess. I don't know what the point of doing that was, but I've already started to wander off. You know, there's no stopping it. Oh, what's that? You see, here's these things again. And I'm not sure what these are, but earlier today, I was telling you we found one that was like kind of white and red. And now I found one that's like more the traditional color, the white and black. You see it? This is another one of those, if you know what it is, you can kindly tell me. We've spied a cluster of broken up rocks over here. In the past, we found like pieces of palm wood that have exploded, and probably due to like freezing and then the extreme temperature changes here in New Mexico. And this had the look of an exploding piece of palm wood from a distance, and when we get close to it, it does not. So, keep the exploding palm wood in the back of your mind for another day. It's an interesting cluster of rocks nonetheless. If anybody sees anything extraordinary, please. That's what the comments are for. Oh, look at this. This is weird. Let's just pick it up. It's probably not a... Oh, wow. I see a nice piece of petrified wood already. A really nice piece of petrified wood. But let's pick this up first and take a look at this. What do you think this is? Like, it's got a lot of black in it. It just looks so different than everything else around us. But it doesn't look different than that. Do you see that? That is a nice piece of petrified wood. I hope, or else I'm going to be made a fool out of. It might be one of those trickster rocks, but we're going to pick it up. It's got a lot of crystals in it. Whatever this is. I don't know. Hold on one second. See, just because you see these sparkles and everything looks really cool, and you see this side here, doesn't always necessarily mean it's a piece of petrified wood. I'm going to ask my friend here for a second opinion. I mean, this side looks kind of barky, doesn't it? And that side, look at that, all those sparkles on this side. But it's this that's kind of throwing me off. It's this side here that kind of looks like that trickster rock. Let's get a second opinion. While that one's getting a second opinion, we're going to look at this. See, this is just lava right here.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
That's wood? Yeah, I'm going to tell you what. I think it's also wood. We've only got 2 people here right now, and 2 people have voted yes. So this is a really nice piece of petrified wood. Not only is it sparkly, it's got the black contrast behind the sparkles, and that really makes it look cool. I really hope this is coming through on camera as good as it does to the naked eye. Well, I wear glasses, but either way. Look at that. That's really cool. And we found this because we weren't lazy, and we picked up a blob that was really a blob of nothing, right? But that blob of nothing and an open eye will lead you to treasures like this. Let's find more. Oh, I don't even think we had to take half a step. Here we go. What is this? Oh, that's in there. Hey, do we got a tool? Well, that's a save for another day. I don't know what that is. It's either really cool or really nothing. And we don't got anything to really dig it out with. So, plus it's kind of fun to do surface hunting, right? For right now, surface hunting is kind of something here. Some really smoothed out pieces. See, this is that trickster rock again. See, and that it was worth walking up to that cluster of what we thought was exploded palm wood, and it turned out not to be. But at the same time, it was also worth it to bend over and underneath the break tree and pick up what we thought was nothing but a smoothed out river rock, and it was a piece of really nice palm wood. So you just never know until until you bend down and you got to put in the effort. Oh, there's that same blob. So now we know where we are. Let's keep looking. I mean, we are going so far back in time that we have discovered a piece of really red jasper. And I'm not even going to ask if you can see it, because if you can't see this, you must, well, not be able to see red. Wow, that's red. It's two-tone red, too. It's got a little black in it, but wow, is that a popper. Haven't found a lot of jasper today that really caught my eye, but boy, this one did. Oh wow, there's a nice piece of petrified wood right there. Do you see it? I'm going to circle around it a little bit and not step in this hole. Do you see that hole? It's not quite a hole, but there's a piece of petrified wood. It's a nice size. I don't know if it's palm wood from here. Oh wow, look at this shiny piece sitting right next to it too. I'm so afraid I'm going to lose the shiny piece, the little piece. I'm going to pick it up first, because there's no way I can pick up that, I can lose that big piece. I think that big piece is a piece of palm wood. Look at this piece though. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. I hope that is coming through. I mean, I'm telling you, it has taken nature a long time to make that. And if you can just appreciate that for a few minutes, it would really, really be thankful. I mean, wow. Now, let's not hesitate. There is a real nice piece right here on camera right now. Oh, there's another small piece right beside it. But this time we're picking up the big piece. We're not going to play around anymore. Oh, there's the dent in the ground. This is another piece of palm wood, and this is a gnarlier piece. Look, sometimes we find these like this, and they're just a little sliver, 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 right? But not this time. The slivers are still connected. So when I was talking about the exploding palm wood earlier, this is probably pre-explosion or partial explosion of the palm wood. But either way, again, maybe we're just getting lucky in this certain area, but can you see all these little sparkles in here? Somebody took the time to make this sparkle just for you. And not only that, again, rough sparkles, totally smooth. Can you hear the smoothness? I know. I can feel the smoothness, but can you hear the smoothness? I'm rubbing it. I mean, I'm literally touching it. Don't think I'm not. And look at the bark on this side. It's almost still like it's alive. And then it turns into sparkle land. This is unbelievable. This is beautiful. I think there's more of this somewhere. We really just have to keep our eye out. Oh, of course there's more, because there's a small piece of it right here. Right here, right next to it. Oh, look at that. It may not be big, but it's still got its little sparkles to it too. Same piece. Probably came off somewhere on here. I don't know where, but it probably did. Awesome. I don't know what this is, folks. We're going to go take a look at something over here. But look at this. This is blue. And I've never seen this color of like blue out here before. Like, this is really different to me. It's probably just river rock, but here. I've got a hot tip that we are going to find something down here, and I'm going to come down this little washout and see if we can find it. Oh, do you see it? It's camoed pretty good. It's definitely absorbing whatever kind of minerals are in the ground, have definitely been absorbed into this piece of petrified wood. I can tell that before even picking it up, because of how well camouflaged it is into its environment. Oh, it's bigger than I thought. Nice. Well, let's not do that. Okay, wow. Good find. Alright, so we got the bark on this side. It's pretty white crystalled out. I like the bark because, you know what it is. I mean, and it's got this little bit of brown tan pewter in there, and the rest is just carbonized. Look at that. And look, you can see the grain in the wood too. You know, when you were in like wood shop back in high school or whatever, work with the grain, work with the... Well, there it is. There's the grain. Look. Can you see that? Can you see the grain? How nice and... Look at the contrast between the bark and then it goes white, black, and then this like pewter red. This is a really nice piece, and it's dense. And of course it's dense because it's petrified wood. Alright, let's keep looking. Look at this thing. Now, I guarantee you that's lava. Wow, it's a heavy piece of lava though. We're gonna have to pick it up now because it was so heavy. No, it's still lava. You hear that? That's not smooth. That's smoother. Let's keep our eyes out. This is this like ravine cutout, and again, I'm gonna quote my dad when he used to say, let the tools do the work for you. Don't fight it. This is one of those don't fight it areas, right? We got this beautiful little cutout here. You can tell there's a can. That can is not new. So nobody's been here in a while. And if they have been, hopefully they're not looking for petrified wood and they left the goodies for us, right? Maybe they also left the gold. Wouldn't that be nice? This is pretty neat. Little cutout here. I see a washout right here though too. So this one looks pretty natural and we're gonna go explore it. Now that area that we were exploring is to my left, and we're not going to forget about that. In fact, we're going to work our way back over to it very soon. It's just that, you know, you get excited, you find some things, you wander off. Let's put it this way. We have these e-bikes, and we can get back here with these cargo bikes. We can load them up on a 3-mile, not an easy bike ride. You know, it's not mountainy, it's not anything like that. It's got this loose sand, and if it wasn't for those, we may not be able to make this trek and do what we're doing. So I don't think a lot of people have been back here, and even if they are, they also have to be willing to carry these pieces of petrified wood out of here. And we are moving further and further away from our parking spot, and further downstream, which means in New Mexico, downhill. So let's keep our eyes out. We found a lot of good finds today, and we got to make today worth it because we're covering a lot of ground today. Even though we're covering it haphazardly. So I gave a big speech last time about having some pocket obsidian and all the good luck that it brings. Haven't found a lot of obsidian today. I don't know if there's like an obsidian line or something like that, because it does seem to work like that. Sometimes you'll get to an area and then boom, you're out of obsidian. There hasn't been a lot of jasper today either. I mean, I may be looking at 20,000 pieces of jasper right now, and y'all are going crazy, but I don't think so. But I'm keeping my eyes out for petrified wood because we have found some really cool palm wood today. And I like palm wood. Well, I was just giving a big speech about obsidian, not finding any obsidian. Here's a very nice little piece of obsidian, and you know what? It's going to be warm. I'm putting it in my left palm, and I can guarantee you we are going to find some trophies. Good luck ahead. All right, it is time for my 2 cents. I think we have another winner. It's right here. Can you see it? Look, it's got a nice red hue to it. It's almost maroon, and it's got this little red streak through it. Very carbonized in there. We got some water damage on the back. I would imagine that buffs out, and then there it is. There it is. How are those shinies coming through? Are they coming through for you like they come through for me? That is really, really neat. I gotta say, I don't understand why only one area gets these, but there they are, and they look beautiful. This is really neat. I'm glad we came down this area today, because you don't always get these little shinies in every piece that you pick up like you do today. I found some other stuff while we were changing the batteries, and we're going to go back and take a look at some of those things now. As I was wandering around, I stumbled across this piece and don't really know what it is, and it's probably going to take a couple hands to dig out. As you can see, it's a little bit different, and it's got some like bubbles on the side, and it doesn't take 2 hands to get out, but it is definitely a little bit different. It's got some weird layers to it. I don't know. Oh, look, it's got these things in it too. What do you think that is? Look. It goes like that. Is that strange to you? It looks a little strange to me. Do you think it's anything? Huh?
Looks like something.
I think we're going to keep it for now, and then we'll take another look at it. Maybe we'll wet it. All right, let's. Now, we didn't even go anywhere. We got 2 pieces. Let's pick up the small piece of palm wood here, because we know what it is. It may not be palm wood, but it's definitely a piece of petrified wood. Oh yeah, look, there's the fibers underneath it. So while it may not be the most glorious piece of them all, it's still a nice find. And it definitely adds to the palm wood collection. Now, I don't know what this other thing is here. It's maroon looking, but it's got like a look like it had life to it, like it was an organic life, and as I turn it over, it's just a broken river rock. But that's what a river rock will look like inside sometimes. See? Nothing. We've stumbled across another piece. Here it is, right fresh out of the ground. There's the dirt. There's the microphone. You can make now a comparison to how big it is. It is microphone sized. There's a little bit of black, little water damage. The water damage comes up from underneath, and you know what? I'm just having a thought right now. Maybe this, what we're calling water damage right now, is the early formations of those crystals. I don't know, because this is such a nice piece that it's definitely almost been tumbled by nature, and then has this where it's settled. Wouldn't that be something? Maybe somebody could really let me know on that. That's just an observation that I have. Here's a nice piece of jasper. It has that not quite waxy feel, but it's definitely got that blend of yellow, red, well, it's more of a maroon, a little black or something in there too. Oh, that's a nice sod right there. Not so nice. Oh, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Nice colors. Let's keep looking. There's a couple of really weird things. One thing is this piece of petrified wood. It's got, for such a small piece, look at how much the colors it's got, and mineralization, agatization, whatever it's called, it's happening in this little piece of wood right here. Look, it's got some red, it's got some brown, it's got some black, it's got some bark. Oh, wow. Very smooth. Now, when we move just this little bit over here, we've got whatever this alien thing is. This alien thing is like white and red and pink. It's pink on the outside. It's white in the middle layer there, and then it just gets into this red. Can you see that red? And it's got little bubbles in it too. It's not a very big piece, but it's a dramatic look. And here, take this. And watch this. Don't go very far. Look at this right here. We don't usually see that kind of color green in what I'm guessing is jasper. Followed with this red one right here too. This is also strange. And that's not it. Whoop. Right here. Okay. Look at this. Right here. What is that? And then we've got this hot pink piece of jasper like right here. It's not big, but it's pretty cool. Alright, let's keep looking around. Look right here. Look at how black it is. How much carbon's in there. I'm whispering because there's a road nearby and I don't want them to hear us. Look at that. Now, what else do we see right here? Oh, there's another piece right there. That's right. This one's got a little bit of red, a little bit of black. I think we've lost the sparklies. So wherever the sparklies are, we seem to have moved away from them or wandered away from them. Another nice little, what, like 3-inch piece, but oh, it's nice and warm. I'm going to keep this one in my hand. So I don't know what these are, but you see how they just look so different from everything else around them. And, I mean, this sparkles, but we know it's really nothing. That's whatever. But this is such a weird formation. What forms this? Some say it's like a moss agate, because you can see the little pieces of like moss where it's translucent or something in there. And this one's got yellows, and there's the agate, the moss, excuse me. And I know that like they call Montana moss agates and stuff, but we're in New Mexico, and I know that's not always the same thing, because the Ohio Valley is not the state of Ohio today, but these are pretty neat. We see a lot of these. So I'm just wondering what these are too. Maybe this is the Wonder What They Are show. I just found this piece right here, and as I was standing here, this caught the corner of my eye, and sure enough, this is a piece of petrified wood. Come on, come a little closer. Let's take a look at this together. This, look at how much orange this has sitting in the ground, and can you see the sparkles? Look at the sparkles. They're sitting on the orange right here. And look, here's another piece of it. I bet that's broken off, probably exploded. Look, oh wow. Can you see them? See the sparkles right in here? Look at how much iron got into this piece of petrified wood. I mean, this is gorgeous. Here we go. Again, somehow the bark has been, preserved over millions of years. And then we've got this gorgeous orange in here. I hope you can see the sparkles inside. It's almost like a copper, It really almost looks like copper inside. And then we got some black carbonization over here. Carbonizing, sorry, I don't know. Whatever, I get excited. Give me a break, right? But this is a nice piece of petrified wood. Let's take a look at its partner over here too. Because this is also, I bet you this just came right off of this. This is just an, oh, can you see the sparkles? They're a little bit under this water damage right here, but there they are. Nice. Look at how orange that is. Is this petrified palm wood? I don't know. It has strands in it. It certainly suggests it could be. We'll take another closer look at this later. That's what happens when it rains out here. You know, when I was young and I lived in Pennsylvania, you would hear about how the desert bloomed and it was like, oh my gosh, everything went crazy. No, it doesn't happen like that. But every once in a while you will find a really beautiful little flower just standing alone and so vibrant. And you wonder, how does it make it out here? Who brought you here? How did you get here? You know, it's amazing. And there it is, a freshly bloomed, after the rain, New Mexico flower. Look what's hiding underneath this little brush right here. A really nice piece of carbonized petrified wood. Oh, and it's white underneath. No, it's not white underneath. Is it? Is it, or is it water damaged? Wow. Well, there you go. You don't even really need to polish this. Where's a piece of... Hold on. Put that on the ground and continue to film that for one moment. Look at that. Look at that. That's what happens when you take the water damage off, right? If you have a little bit of a polisher or the ability to polish, that'll come right off. That's what it looked like on the other side. Look at how this looks wet, okay? This was in the desert. We just pulled it out. That bark looks as fresh as yesterday. Look at the colors on the inside of this one. This is a trophy. This may not look big to you, but this is very, very rare. Very rare. This is a really nice find, and we almost stepped over it because of this. Let's keep looking. There's more in this area. Right here is where we found and wet that last piece of petrified wood. This is what we consider like a hot spot. Maybe we got to find a couple more to consider it a hot spot. Here's another piece right here. And just because the water was so successful on the last piece, let's just see what it looks like on the ground, and let's wet it a little bit. I'm kind of thirsty, so we're not going to go crazy with this kind of stuff, but there it is. Look at how the colors come alive, right? Here's the underbelly, where it's, I guess we're just going to say it's water damaged, and here's the other side. And you can see how much work has been put into this little square right here. Not work by me, work by Mother Nature. It's appreciated by me, and I hope you appreciate it too. Here's a small piece right here. It's got the pewter all the way through it. And it's definitely got that barky texture on the outside, the roughness. But, you know, overall it's a really nice piece. Let's keep looking. So we've got another piece here that's about, I don't know, 2, 3, or well, probably 3 inches, a good 3 inches. This one has the carbon in it. It's got the bark on this side. It's got the pewter, a little bit of red. Can you see the red in there? A little red right there too. So it's been iron, it's been carbonized, and the bark has somehow survived. And believe me, folks, I know what iron is because I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Iron City. So we're working the same hill and came across this little chunk. Now, again, this is about 3 or 4 inches, but this is a nice chunk of petrified wood. Now, this hardly has any bark left to it. Right there's a little bit, maybe even right here. But wow, here's some red. Can you see it? It's spotted. Spotted red. It's got a little bit of the gray, the pewter. Here's another little streak of red. A little water damage for good luck, I guess, right? Or just for the heck of it. You can buff that out, but boy, that is beautiful. You know, it takes weeks to, like, I don't know, tumble this, or I don't even know if you can sandblast. I don't even know if sandblasting is something like that. But sandblasting in the deserts of New Mexico is something. And here it is, right in my hands right now. Beautiful. All right, we found these like paths, and they're like these ring paths that are kind of weird. But what's not weird is this really nice piece of petrified wood right here. And, well, this is going to be a little bigger than I thought. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at this. That is gnarly looking. It's very black. Very black. It's got, I don't know what this is, but it's on there. Like, you know how sometimes I've been saying throughout these videos, oh, hear how smooth? This is not smooth. That is, whatever this is definitely trying to work its way in. But this is a beautiful piece of petrified wood. Oh my gosh. Desktop. Clean it up, desktop. These are really, that is really, 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 really something there. I really like this one. If you have this on a bookshelf or something like that, and you can just put this to the back, and you display this front, display the side. That is just gorgeous. Let's keep looking. And we found a red one here, 2 steps, not even 2 steps away, and we found this. This was right next to it, and this is the new one. I don't even know if this is petrified wood. Look at that. I think it is. Isn't that weird? It's got like a knot in there. I don't know. It's got its typical water damage, at least over there. This is something different. Look, you can see inside over here. It's got the black and the tan. It's like a good beer. So it's almost time to head back for lunch. In fact, we're starting to circle back around. So we came up to the top of the hill so that we could work our way down from the top of the hill. And you see this piece of palm wood right here? This is why you always keep your eyes open. Not only is it a piece of palm wood, we've got a little bit of orange going on in here. We've got some crystallizing going on up here. Oh, look, there's a little bit of red over here. And, oh, just a little bit of sparklies. Do you see them? There's my shadow getting in the way. Are they coming through now? Look at that. Nice and sparklies in there. And some more of those typical palm wood fibers. I'll tell you, this is a very palmy day today. It is the middle of September, but it almost feels like Palm Sunday. It's actually Monday. This may be our last piece of petrified wood of the day. It's got some carbon in it. It's got some wood, some bark. Here's some other nice little finds. This is a piece of jasper I found just a little bit earlier. And here's another really gnarly piece of petrified wood as well. But the reason that this is probably our last piece is if you look up over this bush right here, we're starting to get some rain clouds come in. And they're coming in from over here, and they're coming in from over there. I'd like to stay out of it a little bit longer, but when we get storms around here, they can get pretty serious. And the other day we had lightning that was hitting the ground all around us. So I don't think it's time to mess around. There's plenty here for other days, and we'll just leave the trophies for now, and we'll come back and find them. All right, let's go. So we're going home, and usually I don't stop, but here's, well, that's a lie. I do stop a lot. There it is. Look, there it is. Huh. I bet you that's how it goes. How it went, something like that. Yeah, right there, probably. See it? It broke. This is a piece of petrified wood. It's now in 2 pieces, but here it is. Isn't that unique? Coloring on the outside and the inside on this one. You can, again, you can kind of see the grain of the wood right here. And on the outside, the bark has gotten so smooth in spots, and it's turned a red. So I guess it's got some iron in it. It's really neat. We'll probably find a couple more things on the way out. Maybe we'll stop a couple more times, but we're definitely heading out of here because I can feel the humidity starting to build on my brow.